In this video, we are going to get into a juicy topic: how to know if your child is manipulating you and how to stop the enabling. All right, so there's lots of parenting influencers out there. I won't mention who it is, but they have a huge following and they routinely will post, "Your child is not fake crying." No, they're not trying to manipulate you. And what Dr. Dre says? Malarkey. They are totally kids will try to manipulate you. It's basic behavioralism. If kids get a positive outcome from a behavior, they're more likely to do it again. It's not just kids, it's everybody that does this. If we get something that we want by doing something, we are much more likely to do that in the future. It's just basic behavioralism. Come on now. So, but what kind of manipulative behaviors are we talking about? In my book, that's right there, you should buy it on Amazon, is that I call these escape artist behaviors. So here's some examples. It's whenever our kids are trying to pull on our heartstrings and they're trying to use their emotions to get something that they want. So it's something like, if you've ever seen the movie Migration, it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. But in there's the little character, the little duckling Gwen, and she tries to ask people, her dad, her aunt, uncle, those kind of things, to do things. And if they're a little bit hesitant, she looks and she goes, "Please," and does this whole long thing. So that is one example. My kids do this to me. They think they're joking. They know that they're not going to get away with it because I practice what I preach. And so I don't give them what they want when they go, "Please, mama." No, I want to be a growing and developing and building adaptable youth so that they can sustain, or they can put off their delayed gratification. That's what the word I'm looking for. Another escape artist behaviors that I usually commonly will see is that what's negative self-talk. So they'll start using words like, "I'm dumb," "everyone hates me." It usually these phrases that they use that they know that they are pulling on your heartstrings. They're little harpists, and they know that you're much more likely to feel guilty, and they're going to bring out that guilt, and then we're more likely as parents to give in. Again, and it's sometimes they'll say it and they really mean it, but a good portion of the time they're saying these things just to get what they want. The other one is they'll tell you things like they're the only ones in the school without a smartphone or social media because you won't let them have it. But don't let them have it. Those are important things. Like, you follow your family values. Just because your kids are telling you that they're the only ones and they're being ostracized and everyone is picking on them, do a little bit of digging. But they also might be saying this to manipulate you, to pull on your heartstrings. And I don't want us as parents to be manipulated, because then we're not raising adaptable adults. We want well-adjusted, independent, autonomous adults. That's the goal for these episodes. So let's talk about, how do we stop the enabling? Here's my number one tip. This is how we stop the enabling. You ready for it? Don't buy it. I feel like that Saturday Night Live skit where the person goes into the therapist and the therapist is like, "Okay, no, you don't have to write this down. Stop it. Stop it." My phrase is, don't buy it. I had this client the other day and they were talking about how their teenager they're worried about their teenager because their teenager every night has been eating a medium-sized bag. They specified that it wasn't a large bag and it wasn't a small bag. It was like a medium-sized bag of Ruffles with the Hidden Valley Ranch dip. Not like the pre-made Hidden Valley Ranch dip, but like the sour cream and like the Hidden Valley Ranch mix, and you mix it all up. That stuff, delicious, very addicting. But for this particular youth, she was eating like a half of a tub, so like 8 ounces of sour cream, and a medium-sized bag of Ruffles every single night. And I was just sitting there and I looked at the parents and I was like, don't buy it for her. And they were like, what? And I'm like, don't buy it for her. If you don't want her to be engaging in these behaviors, and we know that it's unhealthy to eat a medium-sized bag of Ruffles and have 8 ounces of sour cream every single night, and you're noticing that their weight is going up and they're becoming more anxious and depressed because they're putting not good food in their body, well, then stop buying. Don't buy it. Don't buy it for her. And they were like, oh, okay. And so this is a big thing. And like, it's phones and tablets. Like, I could give you story after story. It's like, oh, my kids are obsessed with phones and they're obsessed with tablets. Guess what? Don't buy it for them. I remember my husband's aunt asked us 3 or 4 years ago, hey, there's a sale on these tablets. Do you want me to buy each of the kids one? No, we do not want our kids each to have a tablet. They don't need a tablet each because it's just going to create these screen zombies that they go into this world and we don't talk to them again. We like our kids. We want to interact with them. So if you don't want those things, don't buy it. And then the last one is clothes. Oh my goodness, I could go on a rant about clothes, but here's the thing. Every family has their own values. And if these clothes don't represent those family values, then don't buy the clothes for them. It's a simple solution. Don't do it. Don't cave in to escape artist behaviors, and don't buy them things that you don't approve of and that don't fit your family values. And then the manipulating behavior will subside and the enabling will stop. But we as parents need to be the adults, and we need to not buy things that we don't want our kids to buy. Because again, the goal is raising adaptable, independent, well-adjusted, autonomous adults. If you're all in favor of that, then let's go and get rid of this nonsense.